Hi everyone. I just wanted to share a video with a couple of practices that I have found helpful during this time. They're kind of based in mindfulness, I guess, and you probably already know them. In fact, you're probably more practiced than I am. But I just thought it might be helpful just to have a moment to do that. They tie in to, or I think they tie in with what Dave and Kath and Sam have been talking about on Sundays about the embodiment of our faith and thinking about our physical bodies more. I think for me, whenever I think about bodies, my body, I can become quite judgmental, and I think it's really important that we learn a bit of self-compassion and really practice that towards our bodies, and learn to soften our voice towards our bodies. Also, I think I'm realising more and more that that I carry my emotions in different ways in my body. I think we all do, and it's good to be aware of that connection and the impact that our emotional health and our mental health can have on our physical health. So the first thing I wanted to just talk about briefly is something that I have found kind of revolutionary, I think, in the last few weeks. And it's a technique, if that's the right word, that I've learnt from speaking with a life coach, and it's called dropping anchor. And if you think about a boat dropping anchor, it's easier for a boat to do that in the safety and the calmness of a harbour rather than out in the open, choppy seas. And it's the same when it comes to this practice. It's easier to do, at least to begin with, if you're in a calm, quiet space, which is why I'm doing this while Joseph is having a nap and Milo is at school. It's my only calm moment in the whole week. So what is dropping anchor? So it starts off with acknowledging and accepting the thoughts or feelings that you're having in a moment, and doing that in a non-judgmental way. So instead of thinking, I shouldn't be feeling this, it's just, oh, I am feeling this. Oh, I notice that I'm having this thought. I see that I'm having this feeling. Then from that you go into, and that could take 10 minutes or it could take a couple of minutes. And then you go into connecting with your body. And to begin with, it's probably a good idea, or I've been told, it's a good idea to use your 5 senses to do that. So connecting by looking for 5 things that are green around where you're sitting, or looking for 5 circular objects. And then as you get more practiced and are able to drop anchor more quickly, it could just be a real quick kind of shake and move around to reconnect you back into your body. I think that's really helpful, especially if you struggle with anxious thoughts, worry. I think a lot of us do at the moment. because it coming back into your body just kind of brings it all back down and just, grounds you, I guess, back into your physicality. And then the last is to then engage back into whatever it was you were doing before. So engaging back with playing with your child, or doing the cooking or the cleaning, or you can tell what kind of life I have at the moment. Whatever it is that you might have been doing previously. So I'll just very quickly lead us in that, and you can go as deep as you want to, or you can just keep it surface. You can come back to this when you're feeling heavy with something, or you can just not do it. Up to you. But yeah, so just if you want to soften your gaze, and just check in with yourself about what are the feelings that might be there, what are the thoughts that might be buzzing at the moment. So I notice that I am thinking that I don't have that much time before the kids are back and around, and that makes me feel a bit anxious. I can kind of feel tension in my shoulders. And then once you feel you're ready to, we'll connect back into our bodies. So if you want to look around where you're sitting and find 5 things that are green. I think I said that before, but yeah, 5 things that are green. And then if you want to listen for 4 different noises that you might be able to hear, and it could be the noise of your own breathing. Don't worry if you can't find 4. And then 3 things, different textures that you can touch. Could be things that you're wearing. Then 2 different smells that you could be aware of. Could be your own skin or your hair. And then just 1 taste. It could be whatever taste is in your mouth. And I'm finding that I'm doing that more. The more I practice it, the more it comes easily, and the more I do it, the less overwhelmed or entrenched in negative thoughts or negative feelings I'm getting. I still need to practice. I'm definitely just beginning that journey, but I can really see how helpful it is, which is why I wanted to share it with you. And the next practice is a mindfulness practice. Again, it's probably something that a lot of you will already do and be well practiced in. I think sometimes it's called a body scan. I find this really helpful. It's really relaxing, and it's also really good for that self-compassion and just acknowledging what's going on in my body and just accepting it as what it is. And I think that can really help, and it really helps kind of bring me into the present as well. I think I can spend a lot of time up here worrying and thinking ahead to things that haven't happened, or trying to figure out things that have happened. And by focusing in on your body, it's just so good to bring you into the present. It's a real gift, I think. So again, if you want to, you might want to lie down, you might want to sit on the floor, you might want to sit in a chair. If you're going to sit in a chair, maybe don't sit in one that's too comfy and it's going to make you kind of sink into it. I'm sitting on the floor because that's where I spend most of my life with small children. Yeah, and once you're comfortable, just allow your gaze to soften again. You might want to close your eyes and just become aware of your breath. Again, don't feel like you have to change it just yet. Just be aware of your in-breath and your out-breath. And then gradually deepen it. And as you deepen your breath, just become aware of that sense of relaxation. And we're just going to start by thinking about our feet, and we'll work our way up. So just think about your feet. Think about them connecting to the ground. Think about the ground beneath them, the solidness, the firmness of the ground. Think about how your feet are feeling. Sometimes our feet can feel tired. They work hard. Just acknowledge any aches or pains that might be there. You might want to wriggle your toes a little bit. Think about your ankles, how are they doing? Next we'll think about our legs, how your knees, any aches or pains there, without any judgment, just acknowledge it with a simple my knee is aching, no judgment. Next we'll move to our backs. Think about how your back is. Backs are often where we carry tension. Is there any tension there? Whereabouts is it? Just notice it. Let your attention fall on that spot. Allow it to be there. Next we'll think about our hands and our arms. How are your hands doing? They do a lot. How are they feeling? Any aches in the fingers and the wrists? You might want to just gently move your hands without judgment. Acknowledge any aches that are there. There's that self-compassion, that soft voice. How are your shoulders? That's another point of carrying tension. How are they? Notice if they're up by your ears. Just gently let them drop down. How's your neck? Any aches or pains there, just acknowledge it. Accept it. Now we'll move up to your head. How's your head feeling? How's your mouth and your throat? How's your nose? You might want to take a deep breath and just be aware of the air travelling down, air coming in with your out breath. How are your ears? How are your eyes? Any tiredness there? Heaviness? Just acknowledge it with self-compassion. Any tension in your head, in your forehead, between your eyes, in your jawbone. Acknowledge it there. Allow it to be there. And then just allow your attention to return back to your breathing. Be aware of the rise and fall of your diaphragm. And when you feel ready, just allow your eyes to open and refocus. That's it. I hope that was helpful. Felt a bit silly doing it. But yeah, I'm finding it a helpful practice, so I wanted to share it with you all. And I hope you have a good day. Bye.